under your watch as UK Prime Minister, would you approve of long-range missiles that could hit Crimea?
I think the most important thing here to recognise is it actually starts with NATO. What is NATO is a defensive alliance, right? That's the first thing to recall. What is Ukraine doing? Ukraine is trying to defend itself, right? It is suffering unprovoked aggression. Its territorial integrity, its sovereignty has been violated. Its people are being killed, and it has every right to defend itself. And that's what we should be doing, and that's the support that we collectively in this room are providing. And critically, there are things that Ukraine needs to gain that decisive advantage on the battlefield. That's why the provision of heavy tanks was so important. That's why air defense is absolutely critical. You're right to mention artillery, and longer-range weapons also help. Now, those are all the things that will allow Ukraine to defend itself and repel Russian aggression, and indeed, yes, to have a counter-offensive that moves Russia outside of its own country. I think that's entirely reasonable, and we should be fully behind Ukraine in that ambition and want that ambition to succeed. You know, my pitch to everyone would be simple. I think we're at an inflection point in the conflict whereby if we collectively, as the UK has tried to lead in doing, step up our support to Ukraine at this moment, right, with armoured vehicles, with longer-range weapons, with air defence, with artillery, Ukraine will have the ability to gain a decisive advantage on the battlefield, right? It can't just be about defending. We've got to be able to provide Ukraine with the means to fight back. And that's why I think now is critical. And I talked about it in my speech. We're providing more arms in the next 3 months than we've done in an entire year, because time is of the essence. And there is a moment in this conflict where we can make a difference and help Ukraine win. And that would be my pitch to everyone, and everyone that I speak to, is do what we are doing, join the countries that are providing that support, intensifying it and accelerating it now, because that is how we can try and bring this conflict to an end on terms that are favourable for Ukraine to ensure that Ukraine wins. That was my very simple pitch. I think the alternative is far worse. So that's what we clearly should do. We all are united in wanting Ukraine to win, and if there's an opportunity to do that sooner and take advantage of the moment we had, why would we not seize it? What are we waiting for? Would be my pitch. So now's the moment to act. Look, on timing, I kind of just reiterate the point I made before. I think we're at an inflection point. We have a moment. And for everyone who says we want Ukraine to win and Russia must fail, if you believe that, then you must act now. Because now is the moment to accelerate and increase the supplies of, as I said, those 4 key things: longer-range missile weapons, artillery, armoured vehicles, air defence.